Then we're going to learn the passe, and then finally we'll put it all together and do the turn. Okay, so I want you to start with your feet together, and I want you to make sure that when you're standing with your feet together, you're squeezing your booty tight, you're pulling your belly button in and up to your ribs, and you're lifting those kneecaps really tall for me. When you do a pirouette, you're going to start with your arms out to the side. When you keep your arms out to the side, I'm going to turn so you can see me. I want your arms to be a little bit in front of you. So I don't want them perfectly out to the side like this. I want you to keep your arms a little bit in front of you. Okay, so we're going to start with our arms out to the side, a little bit in front of us. Pull all your bones to your elbows, all the way up to your shoulders. And we're going to bring our right arm into first position on 1, our left arm in on 2, and then both arms go back out to our second position, keeping it a little bit in front of us on 3. So we go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. If you're doing these arms correctly, you're going to feel the muscles by your elbows working really hard. If you don't feel those muscles working really hard, I want you to think about making your arms even straighter, and you're going to do that by reaching them out to the sides of the room that you're in. So this finger is reaching this way, and this finger is reaching this way. Okay, next we're going to put our hands on our hips so we can learn the feet, and then we'll put the arms and the feet together. So when we do a pirouette, our foot goes to passe, but it's a parallel passe. So not like ballet class where your knee points to the side. When you do a pirouette, you want your knee to point to the front. Okay? So when we practice our passe, the first thing we're going to do is bend our foot in half. On 1, we're going to point our toes hard as we can and get our foot all the way up to passe. On 2, we're going to hold that position on 3, and then our feet come back together on 4. Again, bend your foot on 1, push up with all 5 of your toes to passe nice and quick. 2, hold it there. 3, down on 4. Last one, bend your foot on 1, push all 5 toes nice and quick up to passe on 2, hold it there on 3, down on 4. When your foot's in passe, I want you to think about the top part of your knee lifting up to the ceiling. And then you just attach your toes there at the very last minute, okay? Perfect, so let's put our knee and our arms together. So we go 1, knee and other arm on 2, hold your balance on 3, down on 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. I'm going to turn to the side for this next part. If you go to tap class, you're going to know this like a ball change. When you do your prep for your pirouette, you're going to step back and then down. So watch me. I step back and then down. When I'm down in plie, both of my knees are pointing forward, and my weight is equal. It's in the middle. It's not to the front, and it's not to the back. It's right in the middle. So I step back, and then I step straight down, keeping that weight in the middle. So let's practice together. You can see Angie facing you to the front and me to the side so you don't get your feet mixed up. So we step back on 1, down 2. Now our foot's going to come up to passe, up, and then down. One more time. Step back on 1, plie, up, and down. Perfect. Let's practice facing the front. We'll add our arms this time. So arms out a little bit in front of you. Step back on 1, 2, up, 3, and 4. One more time. Step back on 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can practice that. When you feel comfortable with that, you can add a releve. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when you add a releve. Remember, releve is when you go up and you balance on your toes. After you step back and down, when you go up, you're going to go all the way up to releve. So you go 1, 2. Now we go up to releve, up. Stay up in releve when you put your feet together, and plie. One more time. Arms out to the side. You step 1, 2, all the way up. 3, stay up on 4. The reason we stay up on 4 is because when we do 3 or 4 or 5 pirouettes, we want to train our muscles to stay in that up position for as long as possible. All right, so now we're going to add a turn. When we turn, we don't need to have a lot of power. We don't need to push a lot with our legs, Because if we just focus on closing that left arm, sharp and quick, in, using your muscles right here, you're gonna get all the way around one time. So I don't want you to focus so much on pushing with your legs. I want you to concentrate on pulling that arm in nice and quick. And that's the secret for people that do many, many turns. They use their arms as much as they use their legs. So feet together, arms out to the side. You're gonna step back and down. Now you're gonna push up and you're gonna turn. We're doing a right pirouette. So you're gonna turn to the right. This arm is gonna come in, close, and you're gonna finish to the front. Up and down. And you notice when I step out in releve. I stay in my releve when I step out of my pirouette. So let's practice it again. Arms up. We step back and down. Push all the way up to Tripasse, turn to the right. Up and down. And sometimes you'll end up a little bit short. You won't make it all the way around in your turn. That's okay. The focus is to stay in your releve at the end of your turn. Sometimes you'll turn too far. That's okay too. Concentrate on staying in releve and you'll be good. Let's practice it again. Arms up. We step back on 1. Plie on 2. Turn 3 and 4. Excellent. One of the things that you'll notice when we turn is that we use our head to make sure that we're going in the right direction, and I'll tell you what I mean. When you use your head when you turn, that's called spotting, and spotting helps you to make sure that you finish in the direction that you want to face. So when we do this pirouette, we want to finish to the front, so we're going to spot to the front. I'm going to teach you how to do that. So wherever you want to finish, that's where you're going to spot. So if I wanted to finish to the corner, I would spot to the corner. If I wanted to finish to the back, I would spot to the back. But because we want to finish to the front, we're going to spot to the front. So when we do our turn, we're going to leave our head to the front for as long as we can. And then when our neck won't let us keep it there any longer, we're going to snap our head back to where we want to finish, and our turn's going to happen. So our head is going to get to the finish before our body does. So we prep, and we look, and then we snap, and then we turn around. This is a really good thing to practice in your bathroom where you've got a mirror right in front of you. And when you do that, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror for as long as you can, and then when you can't look anymore, snap your head, and then turn back around. So when I spot my pirouette, I step back and down. Now watch, I'm going to leave my head to the front, and then I'm going to snap it around. Snap! And then I finish my pirouette, and that's called spotting. Spotting is a really good thing to practice by itself. So when you're in the bathroom and you're brushing your teeth, you can practice spotting. And then when you feel comfortable, you can add it to your pirouette. Okay? So let's do a few together. Now that we know how to do a pirouette, feet together, arms out to the side, step back, 1, 2, head to the front, snap your head, 3, and 4. Good. Again, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. One more. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really good, you guys. You're going to see another video today that is called the 6 step. And the 6 step is a combination that we're going to do across the floor that incorporates a pirouette. So when you feel comfortable with your pirouette, I want you to move on to the 6 step so you can practice putting it all together.